Good morning, viewers. Yes, I am a little surprised that Shoaib has been dropped, but I think the idea is to pack the side with attacking batsmen. They want to up the run rate as well. That may be the thinking behind the dropping of Shoaib.
So Amir Sohail's opening partner is Ramesh Raja. The South African team also has two changes in it. Dave Richardson has recovered from his groin injury and is back in the side in place of caretaker wicketkeeper Errol Stewart. And Richard Snell makes a welcome return to the South African team. He's in place of Craig Matthews, who's been left out. Richard Snell having been brought into the squad because Brian McMillan, the all-rounder, is out for the rest of the series and maybe for the rest of the season with back trouble. And Richard Snell, who lost a bit of his bowling form after the World Cup and then the trip to the West Indies, he certainly has regained some sort of form. Wide called by umpire Rudy Kutsen.
Coming back to the changes that Pakistan have made, the second one, of course, is they brought the leg spinner back, Mushtaq, and dropped Ataur Rahman. He proved a little expensive in the match against the West Indies, Ataur Rahman, but he didn't bowl all that badly. He was a little unlucky, but I think they're putting their hope in spin in this match as much as on pace. So we've got Amir Sohail and Mushtaq.
I think it's also true to say, Omar, that the South African batsmen are not that comfortable against spin, and obviously the Pakistanis have done their homework and they know that.
Well, we did our homework before we came here, but unfortunately Mushtaq hasn't been bowling well at all, and that's been a bit of a disappointment for us. But he had bowled magnificently in the World Cup, and that's when South Africa first came across him.
Called.
This is a vital match for both teams, and I'm pretty sure as we get along we'll begin to feel and sense the tension.
Ramesh Raja playing in his 151st match and beginning to approach 5,000 runs in one-day international cricket.
However, this is a very, very picturesque ground.
Amir Sohail, not nearly as experienced as some of his teammates. And that's well played. Getting it between Jonty Rhodes and Andrew Hudson in the covers. And so the first two runs for Ramesh. Been forcefully hit by Ramesh, and it might just win the race to the boundary. It does, beating Peter Kirsten. So the first boundary of the day. And it was another short, wide delivery, giving Raja space, and he flat batted it through the covers for four.
Certainly a very positive start by Pakistan. They've been under pressure and some criticism because the batting has not been coming off on this tour.
That was quite extraordinary. Again, Donald just straying down the leg side, and it was the absolute minimum of effort, and amazing how that one carried over the boundary.
it must have gone with the swing. And I certainly lost sight of it. But that's 6 runs.
Just look at that. Minimum of effort there from Ramiz, but beautifully timed and using the pace of the delivery and bringing him an unexpected 6 runs. And now he's got a couple more. Just backward a square.
Not a very good throw either.
For once, the throw was not good because in coming back for the second, Ramiz was a little bit slow in starting, and a good throw right across the stumps, top of the stumps, might have had him in some sort of trouble. They're already 14 runs off this over. And again he goes down the leg side. So 3 overs gone, 17 for no wicket. In the air, but safe.
I think a little carried away by the moves of Ramiz Raja. The chancy that shot was.
I'm not sure whether that will be the batting order. Saeed Fazal having his second game of the series, and Salim Malik, bit of a shock when he was left out, but he's back in, and Mushtaq Ahmed, the spinner, is also in the side. Alan Donald, can he get his line right now? It's better delivery certainly to Ramiz. 5 for 29. That wonderful bowling performance against India in Calcutta, and that historic first trip to India in the first match at Eden Park Stadium. Now Ramiz for the second time finds the gap between Jonty Rhodes at backward point and cover. And there's 2 more runs. He's playing rather well off the back foot. Short, and he doesn't quite get hold of it, but he'll get 2 runs backward a square.
Once again, I think he may have been deceived by the pace of the wicket. The second time he's played the shot a little too early, or ball hasn't come on to the bat as quickly as he thought it would. Very quickly into that, didn't time it.
And there's 1 at each end. Nicely played by Sohail, and this will go for 4.
So now opening up, and I've often likened him to batsmen like Phil Simmons or Sirikant of India, or Sidhu of India for that matter. The sort of player who doesn't like to be tied down, gets on with it, and on his day he gets runs, and they're very, very attractive runs, and on other days he just falls down and comes to pieces.
So Merrick Pringle comes on. A little bit of a setback here for the South Africans, that Alan Donald was not himself this morning. In fact, he was all over the place, and has proved so expensive that he's had to be changed, and it's Pringle who comes on to replace him. Ramiz Raja in strike, and he doesn't start too promisingly either. So it seems as if this end is the bogey end this morning. Not quite timing it, but still getting 2 for it. So the Pakistanis with a good start here. They've got 41 on the board already. This is the 9th over. Well, you see how fast it is now. That's going to go for 4. He really didn't hit that very hard. Seemed just to push it down the ground, but he had enough bat on it from the half volley for it to go for 4.
A very nice shot.
He's hit that away beautifully. He's very, very strong off the pads, Rami's Raja, and that was a fine shot.
Yes, almost a wedge. It almost stopped before hitting the boundary because it was hit high, and as it stopped, hit the grass, it almost stopped, but managed to roll on. And an excellent, excellent shot. That's where these Pakistanis are really very strong. And the first boundary of de Villiers.
Beautifully struck and placed. That's a fine straight drive. He really didn't go all the way through with the shot. Wasn't quite the half volley, and he just pushed it down the ground for a couple to bring up Pakistan's 50 at the end of the 10th over. Rami's made a very quick start off Alan Donald, but Sohail is now beginning to find his range. Almost a return catch. Hit it uppishly. Just to the left of mid-wicket. That's a fine shot. Rami's is extremely strong off his legs. There really is no batsman in international cricket now who is quite as strong. Well, we think so. Well struck, a lovely shot off the legs. Won't go quite all the way, although the outfield is so fast that it might, and in fact it does. Well, just emphasising Leo Vin's point about the speed of the outfield, that never looked as if it was going to go for 4.
Bit of hesitation here, and overthrows again. And my goodness, it's just not going South Africa's way out there today. Alan Donald started the day poorly by spraying it. But whereas we've come to expect the South Africans to swoop on those sort of things, throw the stumps down, suddenly they're missing the stumps and they're conceding overthrows, which just normally does not happen.
You'd have to do a bit of adjustment, taking Donald off before his 5 overs.
This is nicely played by Ramiz. He waited for it to come on to him. Timed it beautifully, placed it well to the onside of the stumps, and 4 more handsome runs. Vital match for both sides. It's really coming down to the wire now. Pakistan having beaten South Africa twice, but South Africa having beaten the West Indies twice. And the West Indies having beaten Pakistan twice. Amazing how it's worked out. So all level on 4 points. Was a fine stop on the covers by Kepler Wessels, setting the example there as the skipper. And Snell just touching that onto the wickets, and
Sohail very quickly touching the bat down in the crease.
Chase around for Hudson, but he won't get there. Finding the gap between long off and deep extra cover.
It's a very affectionate banner.
So Ramiz gets to his 50. It's been a fine innings by this experienced opening batsman. He's now exactly 50.
And obviously plenty of support here for Pakistan, plenty of Pakistani flags, and what a fine innings this has been from Ramiz. He was unfortunately run out against the West Indies, but he's making amends in a very positive way here.
Well, he certainly didn't mean that to go there. There is no slip. He was playing on the onside again in the diametrically opposite position down through the vacant slip for 4, but 4 is 4, it counts, and it pushes Pakistan on to 111. Oh, that's a fine shot. That's beautifully played off his legs. Goes all the way for 4, so Donald comes back and is still in strife. And just to compound his misery, that was a no ball. He's gone, first wicket, easy catch to couple of vessels. So Ramiz Raja goes, and de Villiers gets yet another wicket in the series. And Pakistan's superb opening partnership is ended at 121.
Well, rather casual, almost lazy shot there from Ramiz. But this is a break that South Africa needed very badly indeed. But all the same, what a fine job Ramiz has done for Pakistan in this tremendous opening partnership. The dismissal of Ramiz Raja. And a very interesting move by Pakistan. They sent in Javed Miandad. He's in tremendous form, and I think that's a very fine decision.
10 overs, 1 for 32 against Pakistan in Durban, 3 for 27 off 10 against the West Indies in PE. So Javed finally gets off the mark. He comes back very quickly for a second. Late decision by him. The third man is so deep, he was always going to beat the throw.
He's off the mark, uppish, but perfectly safe. There's no one anywhere near there. And then somewhat dicey second run. Could have been trouble for him. In the end, all is well for Miandad and for Pakistan.
Oh, that's well placed, finding the gap between mid-on and mid-wicket. Not much of a gap, but they'll get free for it. So Alan Donald continues to concede proliferation of runs. 29 overs gone, 127 for 1.
Oh, Jonty Rhodes leaping for that one, and it was just wide of him. And Sohail, that was really one of his loosest shots played in this innings, but he gets away with it.
Ball into the wicket, and he's really getting nothing out.
And this is the end of Sohail, caught by Kepler Wessels, who also took the catch to dismiss Ramiz. And suddenly Pakistan have lost 2 wickets in fairly quick succession, and that inevitably slows the scoring rate, and it's just what South Africa needed.
Absolutely vital. First ball of Alan Donald's over, slightly slower, and timing mistake by the batsman. One of the few he's made.
The new batsman is Zahid Fazal. Fazal off the mark. Over the top. Didn't quite get hold of it. 2 runs. Plays that shot well, does Miandad, and he's going for a second run, and he'll have to. What does the umpire say? Is he going to call for a decision from the third umpire?
the second time that Javed Miandad has turned slowly for the second. So he really stretched himself here.
Hit hard. Hudson will get round and cut it off. But there's two more for Miandad. Must have been a feinty. So the very experienced Salim Malik to the wicket. There was a bit of upset in the Pakistan camp when he was not played in the last match.
Pringle now to Saleh Malik.
Plenty of banners.
Not all of which we understand. Well, he's got that away well. Pringle just possibly looking for the slow ball and over pitching, and Saleh Malik deflected that very fine indeed. A lot of protection around the boundary, and it was a very fine deflection for four.
You saw that he's obviously delighted with that. That's fine bit of improvisation by Salim Malik.
In the air, but going to drop safe in no man's land. Not a very clever shot by Saleh Malik. He'll call for it, but it looked to the naked eye as if it was out. He's called for the action replay. He's called for the third umpire to have a look, but a magnificent piece of fielding in the outfield. Hit the stumps, and with the naked eye it looked out. Let's have a look. Andrew Hudson, the fielder.
Yes, from what we can gather from the screen here, he's out.
Saleh Malik run out for 9, 167 for 4. Nasif Mushtaba now comes in, the left-hander. Played very well at Buffalo Park in East London. Played well in the opening match when he top scored against South Africa at Kingsmead in Durban with 49. So he's in good touch. Just a little deflection from the bat. So Asif Mushtaba gets off the mark with an edge. Well taken. Peter Kirsten. Bad shot by Zaid Fazal. Pakistan now losing their way.
Pakistan, we thought of 250 at one point, Dhoni thought 230, and now even 230 looks very ambitious.
So Zaid Fazal out, caught by Peter Kirsten off Merrick Pringle, and a very loose shot indeed. Catch, not a difficult one, but still well taken in the end. Looked as if he was positioning himself for a pull. Was never in position. It seemed a preconceived idea. goes and makes way for the wicketkeeper Rashid Latif. 169 for 5. So Rashid Latif now gets off the mark. He'll go for a second. And he took on de Villiers, who had to come into the ball a long way.
Hit hard, but straight at Jonty Rhodes. Is he caught this time? He is indeed. A couple of balls ago, he played a similar shot well away from his body. Does so once again. This time finds the outside edge and caught behind by Dave Richardson. And Pakistan 174 for 6. You've got your picture back, and indeed you've got sound as well. And Pakistan 204 for 7 with just 2 overs remaining in the innings. And they will be very disappointed after that marvellous start of 121 after 27 overs. Now he gives himself room and has hit this very well. Oh, but a most brilliant save out there by Darryl Cullinan. Exciting bit of cricket all round.
Total effort.
Again trying for the Yorker, again over pitching, and this time whipped away for 4, square on the onside. Another full toss, this time picking out the fielder at mid-wicket, so no run. This is how the 1 wicket went down that you might have missed on TV1 when your picture gave way. It is Asif Mushtaba being caught by Kepler Wessels off the bowling of Merrick Pringle. Mushtaba was out for 8. The sweeper is nicely positioned to save 4 runs there, but again it was very well hit by Waqar Younis, giving himself room. 3 balls remaining in the innings. De Villiers to Younis. And they're running a by, and there's a run out. Good work by wicketkeeper Dave Richardson. Very good bit of work by wicketkeeper Dave Richardson. Not easy with the gloves on to roll that one quickly into the stumps underhand.
Pakistan's fielding tends to be erratic, so that could well be the difference between the teams, with a score of 221 required. And it will be Wasim Akram. He'll start the bowling and he'll bowl to Andrew Hudson. So another extra. We've had 2 of them so far now, just the no ball and the leg by. And those figures are overall, include the matches he played for Australia as well. Good save. Rashid Latif making a save. He would have had at least 1, possibly 2 there. The fine leg would have had to have come around to make the save, with a real challenge on their hands, but it's not beyond their reach. 219 now to win, 221 overall.
let loose the shot so early in his innings. Doesn't really get back, just slightly across the crease. And that wasn't a long way away from the edge of the bat.
No ball, signal by umpire Mitchley. Salim Malik having a good aim, but he only had one stump at which to aim. Couldn't have been too far away.
Yes, Kepler was relatively slow in taking off. Andrew went immediately to hit the ball. There he is, almost from point. Kepler really not even in the frame.
So Vessel's off the mark, as he has always been in one-day internationals. No joy from umpire Cookson.
Very big shot there from Wazim. Well, pitched on leg, but always looking rather high.
That's a good save. Amir Sohail in the gully. So it's the other left-hander, Asif Mushtaba, on his good side, of course.
Nicely timed shot by Andrew Hudson. That's one of his great strengths, playing back past the bowler. Hit hard into the ground to the short cover. Interesting how the Pakistanis stagger the field on the offside. Now what they've decided to do is take the slip out. So there's 4 on the offside, 1 close at cover in case Hudson just dabs it down in front of the wicket and runs. The other 3 a bit further back, closing in. Caught! Trying to force that one off the back foot. Thick outside edge taken by Latif, and South Africa have lost a very valuable wicket of Andrew Hudson.
That is Aqib Javed's first wicket in the series. Very clever piece of bowling there. Ball just slight short of length and a lifting delivery, inducing Andrew Hudson to cut, which he did, and obliged the keeper and the bowlers as well.
Ansi Cornier, the new batsman.
There's a bowling change there. Bakar Yunus is coming on to bowl.
And that's a better shot from Kepler Wessels, pulling it through mid-wicket. But they only get 2.
Keeps the ball shining, Bakar Yunus.
Wasn't a catch. Again, well played by Ansi Cornier off the back foot. 2 good looking shots in this over, but on both occasions picking out a fielder. Well, it was the slower ball again, and it completely flummoxed Ansi Cornier. He just never saw that one. It almost looped, it was so slow.
That was a clever delivery, a full toss, nearly hit the off stump there.
Kepler Wessels facing Akib Javed. Again hit firmly by Kepler Wessels in his favourite area. Past the gully, but not the third man.
So he's had a lot of experience and did very well for Pakistan in the World Cup last year. So they've taken 5 runs off Mushtaq's first over. Well, we're getting no response from umpire Cyril Mitchley. Put that away very well. He hiked it from outside the off stump. Akib Javed just dropping a little bit short.
A delivery from him there. Not afraid to experiment. That's one of his strengths.
That's a neat deflection. Use the ball to do all the work and gets it all the way. Well, not quite. Ramesh Raja coming around to make the save. But they take 3 off that, and a very neat and fine deflection by Kepler Wessels. With Waqar Younis coming back from the opposite end. Just have the 2 overs in an opening burst. Well struck. He's very strong off his hips, Kepler Wessels, and that was really very well struck. And that's going to be the second boundary of the over. So Waqar Younis proving expensive on his return. What a fine shot.
Run rate up, 3.19 now.
It's in the air, field out mid-wicket under it, and he's gone, caught on the mid-wicket boundary. Waqar Younis is out there, and Hansi Cronje attempting to clear the boundary. We saw him hit Mushtaq for a 6 in the opening match. This time he went to go over the top again and couldn't quite make it.
Mushtaq Ahmed delivering one with a little air, bring in Cronje looking to clear the boundary and not being able to do so, and he's very angry with himself. Gone for 17.
So 52 for 2 now. Cronje for 17. Peter Kirsten comes in. South Africa now having lost 2 wickets. Waqar Younis to continue now. In the last over he was warned for running on the prohibited area on the pitch by umpire Mitchley. Kirsten gets off the mark. Just the 2. They might have just thought of a 3rd.
Interesting now is the silly mid-off.
It certainly had the beating of Peter Kirsten. Did he get a bit of turn? No, it was the other one.
Kirsten not reading that at all.
Kepler Wessels helping himself. No, he's not. Good bit of fielding there alongside the square leg umpire.
An absolute live wire in the field, young Mushtaq. Seemed very pleased with himself. Got a wicket too.
Is he bowled?
No. Standing there. Bells are off. We'll have to see that. Maybe off the wicketkeeper's pads.
Yes. But that must have come very close to bowling him, though. Look at where he's sweeping. In fact, just past that off stump. Dangerous shot. And South Africa pegged them back. Total of 260 was on the cards at one stage. Ended with 220. Now what does Kepler Wessels do here? He pulls and does so very well indeed. But what a marvellous pickup on the boundary there.
Mushtaq. So still very even the match.
Yeah, there could be a run out. Must be a run out. Oh dear, dear, that's exactly what South Africa cannot afford, and we've seen it happen so many times in this series, particularly against Pakistan. That is the 6th run out in the 3 matches against Pakistan.
Look at that. Kepler Wessel takes off. He gets no response from his partner, and nothing, very little for the keeper to do but to take the bails off. That was very bad luck for South Africa and very good luck for Pakistan.
So Darryl Cullinan to the wicket, and he played a charming innings against the West Indies, making 40. Oh, that's a lucky one. And it's running down towards third man. There was a bit of turn there for Mushtaba. And the ball just wins the race to the boundary.
Mushtaq really enjoying his fielding on the boundary. Down the ground, over the top, 6.
Again, Peter Kirsten using his feet for the first time this over, and a most magnificently timed shot. And one just wonders whether this is a little bit too late. Down he goes, gives himself the room. Look at that classic shot. And Tony immediately, once one just feels that relief out there.
Wasim Akram now comes around the wicket. At any level of the game.
Exactly, it's, as you were saying, Tony, he really isn't getting square enough.
Have to hurry here. He took a long time before he threw, but it's close enough for the umpire to ask for the television replay. Wasim Akram was very, very deliberate. He waited, he took careful aim. He knew he didn't have to rush things, but did he wait too long? Here it is. You can see how long he waited before he threw. And let's wait for the lights. Red, the batsman, remains in. He's not out. Green, he's out. He's out. Out by an inch. So John Tuives comes in now with a lot to do. We've had 2 runouts in the South African innings. And John T. Rhodes gets off the mark right away. Nice looking shot by Kirsten, and he finds the gap and gets 4. Those 3 men right out of the boundary, but he did find the space between them. So a boundary for Kirsten. The score moves on to 124 for 4.
Hitting it hard down into the wicket and bouncing back over the head of the bowler. Is he stumped? Umpire is asking for the television replays and the third umpire to make the decision.
Given a lot of air, tempting Kirsten. He missed it. Was he out?
No doubt he's out. The green light, I'm sure, will come on. The umpire, the third umpire, Saul Marais, wants to see it again. Kirsten going a long way down the wicket. And the keeper quite some way back and having to reach for the stumps. You see the line.
Does look out.
The line, remember, belongs to the wicketkeeper, and indeed, Peter Kirsten is out. And without Brian McMillan to come in as the all-rounder at number 7, South Africa have a bit of a tail. Not that Richard Snell can't bat. He bats high up for his club, and he's gone in Pakistan now very much in the driving seat. Richard Snell knows only one way really, and that's to get after the bowling, and that might be to South Africa's advantage if he comes off. Starts with a single. Monty Rhodes goes for it, it's up in the air. Oh! That might have been an absolutely outstanding catch. Shahid Mohammed, the 12th man, diving full length and nearly got it.
Really made a lot of ground, just could not hang on.
Look for a second, it'll be on with these two at the wicket. High full toss, nicely played. And Snell going back for the second. It's going to be close, but I think he made it. South Africa put the brakes on by taking some wickets. 220 for 8 off the allotted 50 overs. And that left South Africa to score at 4.42 initially. But that has crept steadily higher. Good stop by Wazim.
42 overs gone. 153 for 5. And Wazim Akram to John P. Rhodes. Shoaib Mohammed is out there. He's on the field for Amir Sohail, who was struck that painful blow fielding at Silly Point.
Completely deceived by the pace.
And that goes all the way this time. Just a little bit too wide for the third man fielder Javed Miandad to get around to make the save. Now, I know that there are certain batsmen around who would have batted in a wheelchair. That's out. Waka Yunus gets a leg before verdict. And Richard Snell just having had treatment for cramp, can go off and have some more now.
He started to get onto the front foot. The ball came back inside the line and hit him adjacent. The only question there may be was whether he was doing too much.
New batsman Dave Richardson, the keeper, who was a fair player, coming out to join Rhodes, but he needs to do something quite miraculous. There's been a big crowd packed into Centurion Park all day. Down the ground, Javed Miandad waits for it, takes an easy catch, and John T. Rhodes goes for 25. The sunglasses would have come in very useful there for Javed Miandad.
Conti actually charging him and then hitting the ball rather early and a little high, almost straight down Javed's throat. These Pakistan duo who are proving the nemesis of South Africa.
So Merrick Pringle comes in now. They'll be able to take an overthrow here. Rather careless and needless attempt at a run out. Pakistan's got this match well in control. Their fielding today, in fact, has been just about the best in the series so far. His top pace, touching 150 now. Gotta go for four, full toss. Well put away by Pringle.
Slightly slow delivery.
There's Mushtaq again, full of energy, lovely return, really done a tremendous job. Well, he's bowled in. And to get 16 or 18 off and over, you've got to take those chances. And to take chances against someone like Rafa Yunus is very difficult.
Very swift delivery indeed.
And the new batsman, the number 10, Fani de Villiers, is coming in to join the injured Dave Richardson. Shoaib Mohammed, and that's a good return. He's asked for the full time today for the third umpire to make the decision on his behalf with the replay. Shoaib Mohammed, the fielder, substituting.
Starting with the Yorker, digging down on it, straight to the fielder, but look at the good throw. He knows.
Really was a long way out. So the last man is Alan Donald coming in to join Fani de Villiers. been well supported here at Centurion Park, and the Pakistani flags have been flying for some time, and they'll be flying after this delivery. So here's the last ball. And not a bad shot to finish it off from Fani de Villiers, but it doesn't really matter. South Africa, 198 for 9, have lost this match by 22 runs. Victory for Pakistan, their third in 3 matches against South Africa in this total international series. It carries them to the top of the table. They have one more match to play against the West Indies in Cape Town on Thursday.
साबिक पाकिस्तानी क्रिकेटर जावेद बर्की का आज यौम पैदाइश है। वो 8 मई 1938 को इंडिया उत्तर प्रदेश में पैदा हुए। अपना पहला टेस्ट मैच 2 दिसंबर 1960 को इंडिया के खिलाफ खेला। उन्होंने 25 टेस्ट मैचों की 48 इनिंग्स में 30.47 की औसत से 1341 रन बनाए। उनके करियर में 3 सेंचुरियां और 4 मिस सेंचुरियां शामिल हैं। 140 किसी भी इनिंग्स में उनका बेहतरीन स्कोर है। वो 177 फर्स्ट क्लास क्रिकेट मैचों में भी नुमाइंदगी कर चुके हैं। 8 नवंबर 1969 को ढाका में न्यूजीलैंड के खिलाफ उनके करियर का आखिरी टेस्ट मैच था। जावेद बर्की माजिद खान और इमरान खान के कजन हैं। ब्राजीलियन स्टार फुटबॉलर लूसियो की आज सालगिरह है। 8 मई 1978 को ब्राजील में पैदा होने वाले इस खिलाड़ी ने अपने इंटरनेशनल करियर का आगाज सन 2000 में किया। वो ब्राजील की कौमी फुटबॉल टीम में सेंटर बैक की पोजीशन पर खेलते हैं। लूसियो 3 फीफा वर्ल्ड कप भी खेल चुके हैं और 2002 फीफा वर्ल्ड कप विनिंग टीम का हिस्सा थे, जबकि 2009 कन्फेडरेशन कप जीतने वाली टीम में भी शामिल थे। सितंबर 2011 तक 105 इंटरनेशनल मैच खेल चुके हैं। उन्होंने दुनिया के बेहतरीन क्लबों की नुमाइंदगी की। लूसियो को बेहतरीन स्पोर्ट्समैन स्पिरिट के एतराफ में 2009 को फेयर प्लेयर ऑफ द ईयर का अवार्ड दिया गया। वर्ल्ड क्लास क्रिकेटर माइकल बेवन 8 मई 1970 को ऑस्ट्रेलिया में पैदा हुए। अपना पहला टेस्ट मैच 28 सितंबर 1994 को पाकिस्तान के खिलाफ कराची में खेला, जबकि वनडे डेब्यू श्रीलंका के खिलाफ 14 अप्रैल 1994 को किया। उन्होंने 18 टेस्ट मैचों में 29.07 की औसत से 785 रन बनाए। वनडे के 232 मैचों में 53.58 की औसत से 6,912 रन बनाए, जिसमें 6 सेंचुरियां और 46 मिस सेंचुरियां शामिल हैं। माइकल बेवन को वनडे की तारीख का सबसे कामयाब बैट्समैन समझा जाता है और क्रिकेट की दुनिया में उनको नाकाबिले तस्खीर ख्याल किया जाता था। वो किसी भी मैच का पांसा पलटने की खास महारत रखते थे। दुनिया के वो वाहिद बैट्समैन हैं जिनकी वनडे और फर्स्ट क्लास क्रिकेट में औसत 50 से ज्यादा है। उन्होंने अपना आखिरी मैच 29 फरवरी 2004 को खेला।